I just came back from the gym. Guys, I'm like swole. I feel like I've lost my spark. I feel depressed, to be completely honest. Nothing is doing anything. You know? I'm accepting that this is just where I'm at in my journey, and that this is the part where I have to just kind of accept that sometimes life is annoying and sometimes it sucks, and it's not my fault. There's nothing that I've done wrong. It's just not time for me to be having all the good shit happening, and that's okay, because there is good shit happening. I'm making space for the shitty feelings as well as gratitude. I'm very grateful for what I have, and this is a tough transitional period that I'm going through. Every day the sun won't shine, and that's why I live tomorrow, you know? This big ass seagull. I'm just not feeling in my bag, and I can see one thing I have been doing, and the thing is, there's a very loud voice in my head that's telling me I'm part of the problem because I should be doing this more. This is something that's important to me, and it's something that I want to grow on, and I have so many plans and visions for myself, but I have been getting in my way, and I've been doubting myself a lot. I don't know, dude, just the whole transition of moving here has really been tricky. I've not really felt like super comfortable, you know, whether it's my visa or like living in New York City, being able to survive financially. I haven't gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, this feels like home, but I just haven't been able to get on my feet. And I'm beating myself up about it instead of just allowing it to be part of the process. But I understand that two things can be true, like I said. I just need to be kinder to myself and do more. So yeah. Hi, I just made a salad. I don't remember the last time I ate a vegetable joyfully, so I must be on the mend. Not really though. Yeah, I booked a therapy session for Saturday. Gonna just take the financial hit for, you know, my mental health. Yeah, it's Monday. I got up and, you know, so I'm killing it. Morning. I'm getting ready for work, and so I listen to TED Talks when I get ready, because not necessarily TED Talks, but like things about mentality and stuff, just to kind of get my day started in the right direction. It's one by Dr. Joe Dispenza that talks about living in survival versus living in creation. Girl! I've been anxious and fearful and living in survival for as long as I can remember. I'm sitting here now and I'm thinking about how I've just been scared for so long, whether it was because of my home life or because, for example, I was always late for school. To this, like now, I start work at 10 a.m. and I still have I'm still in this habit of, oh shit, I'm running late. I'm so nervous, I'm gonna get fired, like blah, blah, blah. When in reality, I could just wake up earlier. It's not that I don't have time, it's that I'm self-sabotaging. I'm so addicted to this idea of like having to rush and having to be, you know what I mean? Like I was always late for school growing up, and even down to I never did my schoolwork. In high school, I was that kid who, while the teacher was doing rounds, I was still looking, knowing goddamn well it wasn't in there. And I was always stressed. I was always anxious. I was always afraid. And I guess I just became addicted to that feeling because I'm still like behaving in ways that would bring those feelings out. Like I'm always, and even my partner, and you know, his journey and the things that he's had to deal with, I feel like in a way I attracted it because I'm addicted to feelings of unease and feelings of having to be on edge all the time. And that's so crazy because I don't deserve that. And so yeah, also just the understanding that, like, girl, I'm allowed to feel however I want to feel. Human beings are addicted to suffering. We really are. You know, like, if I'm sitting right here right now, I have electricity, I have a fucking phone, I have a job that I'm on my way to, I have breakfast, I was able to wake up in a safe, clean home, in a bed. But because these other things that aren't happening on my schedule exactly when they need to happen, none of this matters. You know what I mean? Like, that's so silly. And I think I'm starting to, I was looking up energy points and like healing your nervous system and shit. And baby, it's very bad because, like, whoa, it was given crack. Do these look even? So yeah, wow. And I spoke to my mom yesterday and I was saying how, because you saw me crying, so like I don't need to fill you in, but I was talking to her about it and I was like, yeah, well, and she was like, why don't you ask for help? And I said, oh, well, because growing up, you guys were busy and no one could explain things, so I was just expected to, figure things out, and I just can't be a beginner. And she was like, okay, but like you've said that before, so like what's next? And I said, oh. You've identified the behavior, you've identified where the behavior comes from. Now what? Now you gotta get to stepping. Now you gotta do something about it. Yeah. Also, this idea that I read these books, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind and You're a Badass, and I read all these great things, but it's like I just expect myself to one and done it. It's like, okay, cool, I've read this. Even though I've gone my whole life not doing this, I've read this once, so now I just get it. Now I'm just gonna like, la-di-da, move on, like everything's great. No, like I need to practice and I need repetition and I need to, I'm allowed to be reminded and I'm allowed to be, I have an ego too. As amazing and fantastic and perfect as I think I am, I have an ego too, and I have an ego that has an agenda as well as everyone else does. So for me to not think that I sometimes get lost in the sauce is just silly, my baby. Life's crazy, guys, but we're here. Other than that, we are going upstate this weekend to visit Nicholas's family. What is the relation if it's his cousin's wife? Is she his cousin too? And then also, like, what am I then? Am I your cousin-in-law? I don't fuck with that second cousin shit. I'm African. We're all brothers and sisters. So, there's my answer. The sun came up. The sun started rising at 6 a.m. today. We are on the mend, gentlemen. We are on the mend. So I'm going to suck it up and have a budgeting meeting with my parents. We all make money. This world runs on money. So for me to feel like secretive or protective against it, or that it's also based on history, when you reach out to parents and then it's like, oh, you should know better, and it's like, well, I didn't, and then eventually it's just like, all right, I can't even reach out because all you're gonna say is you should have known better. But the more that I speak to my parents and the more that we figure out, the more that we communicate and understand where the other person is coming from, the easier it is to communicate and have like common ground. It's not me versus them, it's us versus the problem. Oh my god. Oh, big yeltings for sure. Hi, I'm on my way home. What a lovely day. What a cute day. You guys, it is crazy how much better I feel, but I really do. I got so much done today. I feel good about my life, my existence. We're on the mend. Good morning. It's Friday. Today we leave. Lord Farquaad. Anyway, today we leave for upstate. I'm wrapping the gift for. So if he's his cousin. Anyway, I kind of want to use this fabric instead of wrapping paper. Yeah, I might just have to use it as a bandana come summertime, because it's not guaning. If I'm going to listen to Justin Timberlake before 10 a.m, it's gonna be this. Okay, so listen. I just looked on Pinterest for homemade cards, and I'm trying to make a little baby. So this is the head. I just need to color it in. I'm gonna tuck it into this little thing and then put it on the card. Do I want to be? No, just kidding. That's fucked up. I deadass just did 2 nails because I lost them. God is a woman. We made it on the train. We both whittled. Everything's great.